everyone, and welcome back to our channel. We're Dos Cavazos, and this is Steins Gate, episode 5.
So last episode, we finally got the IBN 5100, and really weird situation as to how they got it. It was dropped off 10 years ago.
Yeah.
Very similar to, like, I feel like Back to the Future with, like, the almanac when he went there and said, like, oh, someday some kid or some crazy scientist is going to come back looking for this. It felt like that type of situation for me.
Also, Makise really heavily hinted that her father was involved, somehow potentially killed. We think maybe one that was killed, that they had uncovered.
Our suspicions are that he may have had associations with CERN.
And I have a weird theory, and it might not be right, and it might be weird, but I'm going to say it anyway because it's my theory. What if Okabe is her dad?
Oh, that'd
And
be
what if he
weird.
dies somehow?
Like in the future?
Yeah.
But that doesn't make sense, does it? We haven't talked about this, so like I'm trying to like wrap my brain around like does that work?
It just pops into my head. But then I don't know if they're having like some sort of like love story either.
Yeah.
So I don't I was hesitant to say that, but I don't know, maybe like he's her dad.
But she would know though, like, right? Because I mean, I don't feel like
it
even
depends
if your dad
on how
is
long ago.
or is it kind of like a situation like he came back from the future to have her, and it's kind of like a fucking Terminator type of thing.
I don't know. I mean,
like, I don't know. Like, how does that make sense? Though?
Yeah, that's probably not a good theory.
I mean, I'm just curious. I'm
unless she like never knew her dad.
Maybe.
But then who would he have kids with? Unless it's way in the future.
Yeah. But then how did she? If it's in the future, how does she have her?
Oh, that's true. I don't know.
I mean, who knows?
Back to the future.
Yeah, that's Casey's theory. My theory right now is just that her father possibly was involved with CERN, possibly was the person who got killed when they were doing this time traveling tests. And that's also why, like, what kind of drove her to, like, disprove time travel, because in those notes that they discovered, it said that it was not plausible or they weren't able to do it. But that doesn't mean that it isn't possible, because obviously Okabe is figuring it out here slowly. But then there is some weird connection here with this whole IBN and whoever dropped off this computer in the past. So I don't really know.
I just hope that we finally start to get some hints, like to start piecing the story together. I mean, I know we're getting hints, but like I want something like clear
concrete
to give us, to be like, oh, okay, you know. But I mean, I don't know how long into the show that they're gonna drop that on us. Eventually, we're gonna know the truth.
This series is just so clouded in confusion. I feel like it's just kind of like, okay, are we gonna start finally getting more, like, you know, in a lot of shows it has like you have to figure out what's going on in the world and like understand like I guess like the world's limitations and the characters. But I feel like this show hasn't given me that yet.
There's
and
like endless possibilities. It could be a simulation. For all
it's the Matrix.
All right, well, let's go ahead and get into it.
Before we get into today's video, we want to let you know that you could watch the next 3 edited YouTube reactions for Steins Gate right now over on our Patreon. If you subscribe to our lowest tier, you'll be 1 episode ahead. If you subscribe to our middle tier, you'll be 2 episodes ahead. And if you subscribe to our largest tier, you'll be 3 episodes ahead. In addition to that, we are completely done with this series right now on our Patreon. It is available at our middle tier in the watch-along format, where you sync a copy of your footage up to our reactions. And if you want to check that out, as well as all the other shows that we're doing over there, go ahead and check out the link down in the description below.
What is that?
A pendant?
Pill? Oh no, it looks like it had a needle on it, right? Yeah.
Oh wait, no.
Calling it a day. Help me lock up, yeah?
Okay. What's in the box?
Dying to know, are you? I'd be sworn to secrecy most days, refusing to divulge its contents even under threat of torture, but...
My arms are on fire.
You want to place it down?
I know.
Let me guess. It's an IBN 5100.
What? How did she pluck the answer out of thin air like that?
Because she's a spy.
It's gonna crush your footsteps if we don't hurry up. How can you say Kurisu?
What?
What the fuck was that about?
What?
Mr. Braun's new part-time...
She looks like she's about to attack.
Okay, you secret agent.
For CERN.
Come on, kid, let me see some hustle. We're closing up here.
She's undercover.
She is so fucking undercover.
If looks could kill, I'd be a goner.
You do
Are they not gonna
And
like...
she must have known the father, if the father was the experiment on, like, who got experimented on during CERN. What is this? What's she gonna say? What the fuck is this? Like...
Or she's her mother. No,
oh my gosh! Like, what type of fucking, like, theories?
I'm just gonna start thinking crazy theories.
But we speculated that she could be an agent for CERN and that she could be spying, because there was that weird scene when she was like looking on the TV at them. But
she is definitely undercover. I feel like we got that.
She didn't recognize her right away.
Yeah.
So maybe it's kind of like she saw her as a kid, but that'd be weird. How old is she?
It kind of
She doesn't look that old.
Kind of reminds me of like in WandaVision. I'm not going to go into super detail, but there was like some moments where they didn't necessarily remember things immediately. What if she did something like had to go back in time and didn't remember things immediately?
I have no fucking idea.
And like has to.
But they look pretty fucking close in age, but it's kind of hard to tell.
Yeah, but time travel, time travel throws
But is she time traveling though? That's
we don't even know if any of this is time travel. This is the funny thing. I'm just assuming.
I mean, I don't know. But, like, if she was an agent for CERN, and the father was the person who, like, died while they were, like, trying to test the time travel aspect, maybe she saw her when she was younger, and then she was like, oh, and that's why it took her a little bit to recognize her, be like, oh, I remember who you are. And then she got into, like, a defense stance, like she was about ready to attack.
Did no one question it? They were just, like, holding the...
Yeah, but they're both a little weird, so...
They're like, oh, yeah, that's just the neighbor downstairs.
Yeah, she's like that.
Daru, your t-shirt is so big. It's like
Oh, my gosh.
What a way to call someone fat.
Or a rug made from a big polar bear.
Mayushi is frolicking on my shirt. She's getting her adorable all over
Oh,
it.
my God.
Now, easy
At least that's all he said. Adorable.
Good thing I was talking about it at the maid cafe, huh?
Indeed. Couldn't have done it without you, Mayuri.
See my Yuri be a spy, too.
I know. I don't trust anybody.
But sometimes the water gets really cold if you stay in there for a bit too long, and that's no fun.
You mean you've actually used this shower to bathe yourself?
Yeah, every once in a while.
You have to promise me
Is it
you'll never
dirty?
shower here again, Mayuri.
She
Don't
thinks
make
that
me
they're
say
furs.
Perfectly safe.
Oh.
I should buy you some pepper spray.
I didn't get that.
Yeah, I got it.
Anyhow,
I was like, is it dirty?
or brainwashing or what?
Nothing like that. It's just I'm Okarine's hostage.
Gosh.
She said that the second time she said that.
So are you really?
I'm calling the cops.
Wait!
She just said she's your hostage. You two are going down.
No, silly. I wanted to be. And so far, it's super fun. You'll see.
What the heck? I don't get it. Like, who just says that?
And yeah, that was the second time. The first time she said it, I was like, oh, maybe. And
Long.
Don't speak of it.
how are you,
Why it's not
spy?
Came to get some parts, huh? Need any help?
I've never guessed the part-time TV girl knows so much about PCs.
Yeah. But when it comes to IBNs, there's one guy who has all of us beat.
Are you serious?
She's dropping
Put me in
information
touch
to
with
him.
Immediately.
I can't. Look, it's not up for discussion.
You're treading a very dangerous path.
He's dead, okay? That's why I
Is
can't.
it the guy?
He's been dead for years.
Is it the
now.
father? Her father.
Father.
I'm the
I
one who
bet.
should apologize. For
You
Ooh,
killed
what
her.
if the father dropped off the computer?
In some way.
And then died.
Just met her.
Did she glare at
Bullshit.
you, perchance? Or scoff? She packs a wicked scoff.
Either one. She hasn't done anything.
Yet.
She hasn't done anything yet.
Future.
She will.
Yes, she's from the future.
Just be careful. She's bad for your health.
What do you mean?
What does that mean? Oh shit! They're picking her up! She gave away too much information!
It's just a news chopper for the fireworks display later on.
What a relief. Fireworks. huh?
Jeez.
Hey, wait! I've heard of those.
Heard of? Meaning you've never witnessed them?
How far in the future are you from? And
She
what's
said
your purpose here?
That she's bad for his health.
To spy?
I'll message ya. Just give me your email.
No, but she said Maki-san.
No, I know, but what is her purpose here,
I mean, I guess, yeah.
Like to
Keep
just
tabs.
spy, watch, give information, help?
So that was the last time it worked, huh? Ooh, mind if I use this?
Lab coat.
I love a good lab coat. Calms me down.
Calms you down.
Look at you! The sight of you enveloped in that lab coat. To the very marrow it thrills me. Need you ask me? That coat is a pledge, a symbol that you are a friend to science.
Stop!
I'm telling Daru and Mayuri to wear one, but they don't get it. But not you. You understand.
God.
Ergo, I want you to jam your hands into your coat pockets.
Oh my gosh.
Okay.
You're not helping out like.
Perfect. Our
I can't tell if he's pervy or not.
Yeah.
burden of
Like,
having
or if he's
dedicated their
just
life to
extra. He's pervy, we know that. Not a question.
All I'm going to marvel at is your stupidity.
Oh, she's hungry.
You
Feed her!
hiding in there.
What are you hiding?
I'm feeling generous, so dinner will be on me this once.
A banana?
Fruit of your labor.
Are you
Ew.
serious?
A heated up
Yeah.
You're
banana.
damn right I do. Tell me there's something else.
Do have a stockpile
Why would you
of
heat
instant
it?
ramen.
Ooh.
But no one raised on the windswept moors of America would ever deign.
In a cup? I suppose that'll do. So what flavors do you have? I'll have the salt. Though I had better use a fork.
Because she doesn't use chopsticks, get it? Even though, like, majority of Americans can use chopsticks.
And that's the game, my friend. No offense, but you're not the sharpest tool in the shed when it comes to looking at the bigger picture. You're so caught up in the whole damn the torpedoes deal that you never think about what the other guy's doing. Sorry.
Hold on!
What'd I say?
You know perfectly well when you referred to me as Okabe.
So?
What?
What's the matter with that? Just because you call me assistant, it doesn't mean that I'm going to call you boss man or anything.
Something else. What is?
For the last time, Christina, my name is Hoeen. I thank you to remember it. Henceforth, you will call me Hoeen. Or if that's too hard, Kyoma is also acceptable.
Is she gonna cry? Oh my gosh.
Are you crying down there?
What's there to cry
I'm
about?
there.
Just because some maniac jumped out of his chair and started screaming at me about his damn fake name and scared me half to death? No, that's
Aw.
totally fine. No problem.
Daru, the woman is weeping. Why is this?
Think about what she told you in that big breathless rant.
Like how it didn't even affect him. He was still just going, what the fuck is he? He's just
That's
staring
that
at it.
sheep
Yeah, I
thing.
know, he's just staring at it though.
So if this is right, then these cables should
Nothing makes sense!
here. Yeah.
Eat your
Assistant.
noodles. She's not using a fork.
It's alive. It's alive!
You got it to work?
Hashida Daru for another win.
Does any of it look helpful?
I haven't mucked around yet.
What exactly does floating aluminum have to do with time travel?
I don't know, but they're spending an awful lot of time on it, aren't they? It says this thing requires a lifter and the presence of a black hole.
Keep on reading.
Program phase number 3 is some kind of animal testing, and program phase number 4 is
Human?
It?
human testing.
Which brings us right up to human is dead mismatch. We stumbled across that phrase when we first hacked our
her
way.
It's her
Dad.
dad.
If this stuff is legit, then we're all in it way above our pay grade.
Don't tell me you're chickening out now.
She doesn't sound like she knows like if her dad is dead yet. She just hasn't seen him in 7 years.
Report number 10. Subject James McCarthy, birthplace America.
America?
Z program
So that's,
4.
That's not
not
her dad,
him.
yeah.
Experiment date 28 January 2005.
If they're experimenting in 2005, I think this is in 2011. That's about 6 years. She hadn't seen her dad in 7.
So that could be him.
I don't think that's him, but there's 14
And an article?
files, so maybe.
God, look at the date.
1921.
What?
April 3rd, 1921.
Corpse of a man was found half emerged from the wall of a building on
The
14th
attempts.
Avenue. The state of the corpse has
So they
defied
try to send it back in
explanation
time, and
as
then they
the
collected the
subject-
newspaper clippings, possibly when.
Madness.
Yeah. Oh, like the bananas.
They're capable of time travel. Lethally flawed, but still. October 2nd, 1972. The gelatinous body of a woman was found on the roadside in the Indian city of Daru.
So they keep
Korea.
trying, and then they're getting the news articles from when they like died there.
You okay, man?
I need some fresh air.
I've never seen him so shaken up before. It's like trying to squeeze this sponge into my clenched hand. You see? The insides get wrung out.
So basically, it's a really tight fit?
Yeah, you're squeezing into something
Oh
extraordinary.
my gosh, she's gonna freaking turn it into a.
Making time travel sound pretty freaky.
What's wrong with squeezing into... you're such a pervert.
Says the girl talking about squeezing things into tight spaces.
Yeah, I meant a black hole.
He's a new Mineta.
Funny because some of those things don't register to me until
I
like
catch
after.
him.
Now that we're sure it's true, we have to figure out what our next move is gonna be.
Got an evil laugh going.
What'd I say?
What's he
Our
thinking?
next move is patently obvious.
Huh?
We have future gadget numero 8, the phone wave real name TBA, do we not? We will build a time machine first, and CERN will come to nothing because we will rule the world instead!
What the heck? Or you're gonna make it and then they're gonna get it, or you're gonna cause this somehow by making it.
Mm-hmm.
Maybe you're the one who invented it.
Yeah.
So you were saying that they came back and got the newspapers, like CERN?
Well, not necessarily that they got the newspapers, but they got the clippings. So they were sending people through time, testing it, and then because they were saying like 2006, 2004, something like that, but then there would be like, okay, gelatinous body found in 1921 and 1930 or whatever, or something like that. So pretty much that was where they sent them, or when they sent them. So who was
getting the newspaper?
I mean, I'm sure that's just public record. So I don't think none of it matters, you know? Like, it's just kind of like...
You mean like people weren't going back in time?
No.
I thought that's what you meant. I was
no. So they were sending them back in time, but that's how they ended up when they came out of whatever machine.
So they were finding the record of it.
Yeah. So pretty much that's how they were like, okay, well, let's like send them here. And then they probably looked, okay, did somebody find a body that was gelatinous on those days? So one of the things here that we also saw in this episode too was Amane acting very strange.
Right.
And... we speculated a couple episodes ago whether she was like a CERN, like, I don't know,
operative,
spy or something like that. But this, like, beyond aroused my suspicions. Like, I feel like it's like she's working for somebody. I don't know how.
I don't think she's working for CERN, though, because she got scared when, like, the helicopter went by. So it's like she's hiding, maybe, or maybe she's for, like, another organization that's, like, against.
She also recognized Makise. So what's that about?
Unless maybe Makise eventually works for CERN.
I don't know. Like,
honestly, the show is so confusing.
But she's also made statements kind of along the lines of like she's bad for your health, like kind of alluding to the fact like she might get you killed. But I mean, in theory, if she knows that Okabe eventually makes the time machine, I can't tell if she's like trying to prevent it from happening or not, you know? But then... you know, it's funny, we haven't referenced this in a while, but the whole fact how we even saw Makise, she died in the beginning. So, like, what the fuck is that about? Like, I'm so fucking confused. But there's a lot of little hints here. They showed, like, those 14 records of the people who died. And I feel like Makise's father was part of them. They just didn't go through them all. And they just, you know, they were clicking them at random.
I wonder if one didn't turn to jelly. Like, what if one survived?
I mean, I don't know. That's the thing, is that maybe they're still working through this, and it still kind of makes me question, was Makise the person who ended up leaving the IBN 5100 for Okabe for the future, but in the past? But I'm trying to, like, figure out, like, the timeline here. This show came out in 2011. I would assume that it takes place during that time frame. I don't remember if they've confirmed that or not, but they keep referencing, like, you know, 2006 to mid early 2000s, like a lot here, like as years passed. And Makise said she hasn't seen her dad in 7 years. So if this was in 2011, she probably wouldn't have seen her dad since like 2004. 2004 is like around that time frame when they were running tests, because I saw them from 2004 all the way up to 2006. So I think that her dad was probably one of those people, and they were all from throughout the globe, because he said like one there in Japan, they said one in the USA, one in Germany, if I'm not mistaken.
Yeah. I can definitely understand like how some people were saying that they gave up on the show early on because it was like so confusing, but then like, not that we're gonna give up on the show or anything, but I mean, I get like that it could be not like frustrating, but also kind of like, yeah, like frustrating, like you're like don't know what's going on. But I don't know, part of me is like excited because I like to theorize about stuff, so I'm like, oh, I wonder if we're gonna be completely off or right. But
I feel like we're getting closer to being correct
closer to the truth. But I do want like some more like tangible, like, oh, which I did feel like we got a lot this episode with the jelly thing.
Yeah.
But like I still want like give it to us.
Like I said, I feel like we're getting there, and like Casey too, I really like theorizing. The show still is probably, I have not yet started a show, an anime show, that like it's taking me this long to realize things. I don't want to say realize things, because you know there's always twists and turns and shows and whatnot, but like
I feel like I'm still pretty confused, though.
I'm somewhat confused, but like all the information that we're getting, I feel like it's very slowly painting a picture, and I feel like we're kind of getting a little bit more of a grasp of it. And you know, we thought it could be about time travel early on. We thought that Amane was possibly involved with CERN at some point in time. So I feel like we're picking up on some of the hints, and I mean, it's going to get there at some point where it's going to give us like a lot of information, but maybe it's just going to take forever. And maybe that's, one of the things about this show is that it's pretty confusing for a long period of time, but I feel like we're getting there. And I like the idea of like theorizing and whatnot. So I'm pretty excited to see how this show ends up turning out. Because I feel like we've had so little hints that if we've got these hints and we like kind of picked up on the idea of what is actually going on here, I'm gonna be pretty proud of ourselves, in all honesty.
All right, well, thank you so much for watching. We'll see you next time.
Bye, everyone.